Today we will be talking about the Micturition process, otherwise known as the urination process. When the bladder is full, stretch receptors in the wall of the bladder send nerve impulses to the sacral region of the spine. By way of a parasympathetic response, signals return to the bladder and stimulate contraction of the muscle of the bladder and relaxation of the internal urethral sphincter. This part of the reflex, with the bladder being emptied, is involuntary and is predominant in infants and young children. As the central nervous system matures, it acquires voluntary control over the external urethral sphincter. Urination is controlled mainly in the micturition center in the pons. This center receives sensory signals from the bladder and communicates with the cortex about the appropriateness of urinating at that moment. At times, when it is not convenient to urinate, the center sends back an inhibitory signal to keep the sphincters closed and prevent urination. When you wish to urinate, this inhibition is removed. The spinal cord instructs the muscle of the bladder to contract and the sphincters to open to let the urine out. In summary, here are the steps one more time for your reference. Number 1, the bladder fills. The detrusor muscle relaxes and the urethral sphincter and pelvic floor contract. Number 2, this is the first sensation to void or urinate. The bladder may be half full and urination is voluntarily inhibited until the appropriate time. Number 3, you experience the normal desire to void or urinate. And finally, number 4, at this time, the detrusor muscle contracts, the pelvic floor relaxes, and micturition takes place.